the phone rings, and there's this guy. He says, "Is this Nancy?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is." And he says, "Hi, this is Albert. I have your dog Coda." I said, "What?" I said, "Where are you?" You know, the panic starts to set in. And he says, "We're in a park in Aurora." He says, "He's just running around. It's a busy street." And I said, "Please, please, please hold on to him." I said, "I'm on my way." And so I raced over here. I said, "It'll be 30 minutes. I'm in Bennett, Colorado." I said, "Please wait for me." And so he did, and I came, and he bought him a toy and everything, and he was just playing with my dog. And so I thank him, and I apologize for being so hysterical. And then he texts me back, and, you know, he says, "God bless you." He says, "If you don't have a home church," he sends me the link to New Heights, and he says, "This is my church." He said, "The people there are wonderful." He said, "I'd love it if you joined us." I knew that I was in a time in my life where I was lost. I was lost, and I needed help, and I knew that I needed help. And I'd asked people that I thought were close to God, and I said, "How did you do it? How can I get there? I need to be there. I need to find that peace. I need to find that healing." So I text Albert again 6 weeks later, and I said, "Does that invitation still stand to come to church?" And he said, "Absolutely." And I'll never forget, the message was on forgiveness. And so, you know, I'm sitting in the back by myself, and I'm crying and crying, and I'm like, that's what I needed to hear. That's where I need to be. How can I forgive? And so I'm walking out, and one of the church ladies, she comes up to me and she says, "That's just what you needed to hear, wasn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, it was." And she gave me the biggest hug. And like, to me, that surprised me, because someone that doesn't know me, doesn't know what I've done, doesn't know what I've been through. Sorry. For her to just accept me without knowing me and hug me when I needed it. So she walks me over to Pastor. And, you know, Pastor's always all about it. He says, you know, and we chat, and then he was like, "I'd love to show you how you can get saved." And so he does, and we go through the Bible, and like, he tells me everything from the Bible, how to get saved and what it means. Because I had asked Pastor before, like, am I worthy, and how do I know if I'm worthy? You know, and I want to walk that walk with God. I just don't know how to get there. And what if he doesn't forgive me for the things that I've done? And Pastor, like, he read from the Bible, and he was like, God forgives you. And so that day, August 1st, I got saved. And one of my kids was like, well, it would have been nice to be there. And I was like, it's not something that you plan, you know? And that's just how we grew from there. And so they came. I was like, I'd love for you guys to come with me. I was like, can you guys come to church and see what I'm saying? And they did.
When I first came to this church was the spirit. You walk in and you just feel at home. You at home, you in your own living room, you at home. And that's just one of the most amazing things about this church. Having that church family is you at home. You're never judged. You know, you always feel welcome, no matter what's going on in your life. You got people you could fall back on. You have that church family.
Until you're sitting in a church where you're being preached and you're getting the Bible, that's when you begin to feel at peace and at joy, satisfaction with the way things are going in life.
When I first started coming to church, I walked in, you know, everyone was so nice and just so loving and just happy. Like, we walked through the doors, and like, it was nice. It was that feeling of just being welcomed, you know. Most churches don't really do that for you. They don't really they don't really make you feel welcomed. But this one felt good. I liked it. I really, really liked it. I did want to come back. But my mindset on church was like, it's just a religion, you know. So when I came in through the door, it's like, I'm gonna learn, but, you know, as long as I love him, as long as I pray to him, as long as I worship him, that's all that matters. But it's more than that. It's way more than that.
I think I invited Pablo. I'm like, Pablo, you gotta come, bro. He's like, okay. And he came, he got saved. And then I invited Hector, he got saved. Richard, he got saved. It's nice seeing your buddies get saved. It's nice seeing their lives being changed too, and them aspiring to be more than what they were talking about or what they were wanting to be before. It's nice to see that, you know, Fabian inviting people. Fabian used to be atheist, Richard used to be atheist. And it's nice seeing atheists be like, man, this is for real.
I'm 20. I got saved last year, and God has done more for me in this 1 year than all 18 years of my life. And I feel like I have purpose now, that God wants something for me. He wants me to achieve greatness. He wants me to strive for Him. And now that I'm saved, it's amazing. Life is open. Life is free.
Here we are, closer than ever, with forgiveness in our hearts, with a lot of healing and peace. And I thank God, I thank Albert for leading me here, you know. And I do believe, it might be silly, that God used my dog, Coda, to get me here because He knew how much I loved him and how much he meant to me.
Here would be my message to anyone that's wondering, what are you going to find here? You're going to find people that love you. You're going to find people that care about your soul. You're going to find a church that is not perfect, but sincerely wants to see you know God and wants to see you dive deeper in His Word, to see what His plan for your life can be realized in real life, to watch that unfold. That's what we desire. And I'm thankful to pastor a church that genuinely cares about helping others, seeing others become what God always designed them to be.